Good afternoon and welcome to Westminster. I'm Tony Thurman, Westminster's Director of Music and Organist. Thank you for being here. Whether you're attending this concert in person or join us on the live stream, we're glad you've come. For the past 30 minutes, you've enjoyed a recital played on our 20-bell Tower Chime by Susan Spilecki. Thank you. Thank you, Sue, for setting just the right mood for this Christmas concert. Thank you. We also express our gratitude to all the members of the Wilmington Handbell Ensemble, all good friends of mine, I'm happy to say, and their artistic director, Kerry Dietz, for rehearsing and bringing this extraordinary concert to us today. Again, welcome.
Well, welcome to Westminster Presbyterian Church, and it is good to be here again. We are the Wilmington Handbell Ensemble. I'm Kerry Dietz, the artistic director, and this is our 26th season. There we are. This is our 26th season of concerts in the area. And our theme this year is An Olde World Christmas. So that opening carol, the medieval carol, is based on a 12th century French tune, Orientis Patibus, that is the basis of the carol, The Friendly Beasts. So many, if not all, of our most loved holiday traditions, decorating the Christmas trees, evergreen garland, singing of carols, sending greetings, exchanging gifts. Most of those traditions originated in Europe, in the Old World. So we thought it would be a good idea to celebrate the music of our immigrant ancestry. Now, you may notice, you haven't heard them yet, but you may have noticed these big chimes back there on racks. They're a new addition to our ensemble, and you're going to hear them on our next piece. They are bass chimes that are played with mallets. And our next piece is Carol of the Bells. Yeah, big fuzzy mallet. So Carol of the Bells is a popular Christmas carol which is based on a Ukrainian New Year's song. It was written before 1916, and it's based on a 4-note ostinato. This thrilling arrangement by Alex Giebert contains a lot of twists and turns for ringers and audience alike. think I'm on. I'm not on. Okay. So Greensleeves is a 16th century English tune for the classic Christmas carol, What Child Is This? Ralph Vaughan Williams incorporated Greensleeves as the song, Alas, My Love, You Do Me Wrong, for Mistress Ford in Act 3 of his 1928 opera, Sir John in Love. In its contrasting middle section, Ralph Vaughan Williams included another folk tune entitled Lovely Joan. In 1934, the song was arranged for strings and harp with Ralph Vaughan Williams' blessing by Ralph Greaves. This is the familiar Fantasia on Greensleeves. This arrangement is for handbells and flute, and it features our own Sandy Keeney on flute. Good. Thank you very much. So our next selection may seem a little out of place with it being Go Tell It on the Mountain, a spiritual, but it is an African-American spiritual. You can't get much older than the continent of Africa. And it does include, in this arrangement, 2 European tunes. The opening one is Troika, which is a movement from the Lieutenant Kijé suite, music that was originally written for the soundtrack of the film Lieutenant Kijé, which was released in 1934. The music gives the impression of a fast winter's journey by means of a troika, which is a traditional Russian 3-horse sled. There's an interlude in the middle that then incorporates the 18th century French carol, Il est né, or He is Born. So earlier in December, we played this with the Newark Symphony Orchestra, this arrangement, and we've been using flute. Where's Barb Carey? She's sitting over there. She's not going to be used today because we have Tony Thurman on the organ. Instead of an orchestra, we have the mighty organ at Westminster Presbyterian with Tony at the console. This is Go Tell It on the Mountain, Troika Medley.
At this time, I'd like to invite our ushers to come forward to receive the offering. Christmas is a time for giving, and your offering today supports music at Westminster and will allow us to present more community concerts just like this in the future. These concerts are made possible by the donations we receive to our music fund and are not supported otherwise by the church's operating budget. Thank you in advance for your generosity. You may place your donation in the offering plates as they are passed, or contribute to our music fund online at wpc.org/donate. And for those of you who are enjoying this live stream broadcast, this live stream broadcast is brought to you by the Westminster Music Fund. We hope you will give online. Thank you. On the back of your concert program, you'll find a list of opportunities to continue your Christmas experience here at Westminster. In addition to this list, our very own Westminster Handbell Choir will play in worship tomorrow morning at 9:30. So if you want to hear more Christmas bells, please come back in the morning. Tomorrow afternoon, if you enjoy Christmas caroling, you can team up with the Westminster Choir and our Board of Deacons to share the joy of Christmas at 4 local retirement communities: Cokesbury, Country House, Maris Grove, and Stonegates. We will meet downstairs in Community Hall. Lunch is provided at 11:30, followed by a 30-minute rehearsal to get our voices warmed up and departure to each caroling site. All ages are welcome. There are 3 opportunities to celebrate with us on Christmas Eve, and these are described on the back of your program. Of special note, I would like to say that our Westminster Choir is extraordinary, and we will have our choristers and a professional brass quintet at the 5:30 service and the full Westminster Choir at the 8 o'clock service. Our tenor soloist, Teddy Austin, will be singing O Holy Night on Christmas Eve, and this evening he's singing at the Metropolitan Opera in New York in Porgy and Bess, and will be back with us tomorrow morning. Thank you again for coming today. If we don't see you again before Christmas, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from all of us here at Westminster. Thank you again.
Thank you, Tony. So the Nutcracker Ballet premiered in December 1892 in St. Petersburg, Russia. It is a 2-act classical ballet by Peter Tchaikovsky, set on Christmas Eve at the foot of a Christmas tree in a child's imagination, featuring a Nutcracker doll. The plot is an adaptation of Alexandre Dumas's 1844 short story, The Nutcracker. Itself is a retelling of E.T.A. Hoffmann's 1816 short story, The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. So we bring you several selections from the suite, and starting with the overture. Thank you. So that's one of those pieces with all the chromatics and the treble bells. We actually had to add an extra treble bell ringer just to fit all the notes in. So, although the complete and staged Nutcracker ballet was not initially as successful as the 20-minute Nutcracker Suite that Tchaikovsky had premiered 9 months earlier in March, it did become popular in later years. Since the late 1960s, the Nutcracker has been danced by many ballet companies, especially in North America, and major American ballet companies generate around 40% of their annual ticket revenues from performances of the ballet each December. Its score has been used in several film adaptations of Hofmann's story. And we go on to the next movement in the suite, which I think we're ready for, March, which is essentially a March of the Toy Soldiers. Tchaikovsky was a master at orchestration, and the score has been one of his most famous compositions. Among other things, the score is noted for its use of the celesta, also called a bell piano. It's a keyboard that looks similar to an upright piano, at least the 4 to 5 octave version does. There's a smaller version that's kind of like a large wooden music box that sits on top of a cabinet. The keys are connected to hammers that strike a graduated set of metal bars or plates suspended over wooden resonators. So the 4 or 5 octave model, the larger one, has a damper pedal that sustains or damps the sound, similar to what a piano has. The 3 octave instrument does not have this pedal because it's small tabletop design. The sound of a celesta is similar to that of a glockenspiel, but with a much softer and more subtle timbre. This quality gave the instrument its name, celeste, meaning heavenly in French. We don't have a celesta, but we have those choir chimes that you've been hearing throughout the concert, which are like aluminum tuning forks with a clapper on the outside of them. And so here is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Well, the instrument, the handbell, grew out of the practice of 16th century change ringing in England, which is the ringing of mathematical note patterns on church tower bells. The carillon that Sue Spilecki played at the beginning of our concert has a keyboard or levers. Tower bells for the change ringing were bells with ropes that the ringers had to pull to ring the bell. And, you know, it was kind of cold in that tower. And if they made a mistake with the changes, they had to start over and disturb the neighbors. And it was probably just not a very good situation. But what happened then in 1660, there were two brothers, William and Robert Corr, who are credited with casting the first set of bronze handbells as practice instruments. And the great thing was they could store them in a warm place, like the village pub. No, and that would it would really help them with the practicing too, I'm sure. So besides changes, ringers began playing tunes on the bells, so that by the end of the 18th century, nearly every English village had its own handbell choir. There was an American ringer, Margaret Shortcliffe, who was interested in ringing tower bells and the change ringing in England. So she went over to England and was given a set of handbells that she brought back to the United States in 1902. And essentially the rest is history. She probably just brought back like a 1 or 2 octave set of bells, if that. We play 73 Schulmerich handbells, which amounts to 6 octaves. And we also play 73 Malmark hand chimes or choir chimes, which is essentially 7 octaves. Bass chimes go down for the 7th octave. Both of these companies, Schulmerich and Malmark, are in the United States. They're in Pennsylvania, just between Philadelphia and Quakertown. So it's a weird instrument in that it is set up kind of like a keyboard. The bass bell's back there, and they continue down here up to the treble. And every ringer has maybe 2 or more bells, including the chromatics. So if you think of a piano keyboard with the white keys and the black keys, that's essentially what they are playing. But they have to, the music looks like keyboard music, like piano music, and they have to pick their notes out of amidst those chords, and you may have 5, 6 people playing a melody instead of like one person on a flute. So it's a very challenging instrument. And so we go on with the Nutcracker Suite. I think they're ready. Arab dance. The Nutcracker was the last of 3 ballets that Tchaikovsky wrote music for, preceded by Swan Lake and Sleeping Beauty. By 1892, Tchaikovsky was very popular as a composer, and as I said earlier, the music for the Nutcracker was very well received, better than the opening production of the ballet. Even though he was Russian, his formal musical training at the St. Petersburg Conservatory was Western European oriented. He was able to forge a personal but unmistakably Russian style of music that is still loved by audiences throughout the world. So we close this set with Danse Russe Trepek. I think we need a nap after that one, right? So one of the world's most beloved carols is a lullaby carol, Silent Night, Holy Night. It was written in 1818 by Joseph Mohr, priest of a church in the village of Oberndorf near Salzburg, Austria. The music was composed by an organist and school teacher from a nearby village, Franz Gruber. 1818 was not a good year. There were plagues, there was war, there was famine, there was flooding that even took out the organ in the church. The story goes that Joseph Mohr asked Gruber to set the words that he wrote for guitar to be sung on Christmas Eve that first year. Well, the carol quickly spread through Austria, Germany, the rest of Europe, to the United States and the rest of the world. In 2011, it was declared an intangible cultural heritage by UNESCO and has become a carol for all people and a carol for the ages. It moves us to be peacemakers so that children all over the world may sleep in heavenly peace. This setting also includes our hand chimes again and a beautiful original counter melody by Michael Hellman. Do you think we should keep those bass chimes? You can hear them in that piece really well. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, thank you. Well, thank you again, Tony and Westminster Presbyterian Church for hosting us once again this year. It's always a privilege, and thank you for Diana in the tech. What is it? The little cubby hole up there, and for everyone who has ushered today and helped out, all the volunteers. So thank you. We do have, let's see, there's Lisa. We do have 2 CDs that if you are interested in purchasing, Lisa will be out in the hallway out here as you leave. And one is a Christmas CD, A Little Bit of Christmas, and the other one is entitled Theme Songs to Ring By, which are all arrangements of TV and movie themes, which is kind of on handbells, which is kind of interesting. So our Spring 2026 concert series is An American Tapestry to celebrate our 250th anniversary of our country. And so stay tuned on our website, wilmingtonhandbellensemble.org, for those concert dates. And next Christmas, we're looking at a theme of maybe a New World Christmas, or an American Christmas, to keep with the national 200th anniversary. So we've come full circle. We're going to end the concert with another medieval carol called Gaudete, which is Latin for rejoice. It's a Finnish-Swedish Christmas carol from dating back to 1582, probably earlier than that, actually. It structures several verses with a refrain in changing meter. Like 3/4, and then 2/4, and then some 4/4 thrown in, so it kind of keeps us on our toes. The refrain translates, "Rejoice, rejoice. Christ is born of the Virgin Mary. Rejoice." We do wish you all the hope, peace, joy, and love of this holiday season. Merry Christmas and a healthy, hopeful, happy 2026. So, thank you. Merry Christmas. So this is a short one, and it's a sing-along. So, okay? So, and I meant to say thank you for those viewing on our live stream as well. It's wonderful to have that technology to be able to have people who are not here live view this concert. And that will be on the YouTube. Is that correct, Tony? That will be posted on the YouTube, Westminster's YouTube channel. So, yeah, so you'll be able to go back and view this for a bit. So, any questions from as they get set up for the next piece, or are you already ready? You're ready. Okay. Well, this is a very short version of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," and you can all sing along, led by Ruthie over here, and we do wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas.